Have you ever noticed that when you're having a disagreement with your husband, or you're just kind of disappointed and you're at odds, that it's really easy to say something that seems to make him even more upset, and it sort of ratchets up the argument, and pretty soon you're blaming each other and it's getting kind of ugly? Well, I've learned that there's a simple statement that you can say that throttles down the tension, tends to turn your husband's heart back towards you, tends to make him much less defensive, which is super helpful, and it just sort of affirms him, which again brings down the tension, gentles his heart toward you. And this is that simple sentence. You simply say in a gentle and loving way, that would be pretty important. You say this: I know you love me and you would never intentionally hurt me. And then you say what the problem is, or the disagreement, or the concern, or how you've been wounded. But you start with those words: I know you love me and you would never, ever intentionally hurt me. When you say that, it's like you're affirming that I think you have a good heart. I see you and you have a good heart. And I know you would never do anything that's intentionally, bad, or has a bad motive. That helps so much, again, to bring down the tension. And this reminds me of God's command to us in that famous love passage in 1 Corinthians 13. Can I read it to you in the Amplified Translation? Because I think this statement that you're making to your husband it just encompasses what being loving really looks like. Let me read it again in the Amplified Translation. 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 7. Love endures with patience and serenity. Love is kind and thoughtful and is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag. It is not proud and arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not provoked nor overly sensitive and easily angered. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not rejoice at injustice, but rejoices with the truth when right and truth prevail. Love bears all things, regardless of what comes, believes all things, looking for the best in each one, hopes all things, remaining steadfast during difficult times, endures all things without weakening. I love that particular point about believes all things, looking for the best in each one. When you say those golden words to your husband, I know you love me and you would never intentionally hurt me, you're believing the best about him and you're communicating that to him. Boy, does that bring a whole different level of peace to that relationship in that moment of time. Try it for yourself.